Mrs. Dorval, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be pregnant. I'm gonna be turning 16 soon. I don't want to be someone's mom. I'm not ready. I know that you don't want to have a baby. I know that you don't want to be a mother, but the fact of the matter is that you are a mother now. Don't you worry, Max. Vivian won't even be CEO for long. Wade Opina would have hired a professional. As for his younger brother Sean, what do you think he would do to get rid of someone he doesn't like? Sean wouldn't be able to make a move without Wade's say-so. Are you sure about that, Miss Franklin? I couldn't stop thinking about what Commissioner Pierce pointed out to us the other day. Does this mean that you've come to some sort of conclusion, Quinlan? Since Sean was in charge of the specific parlor where Danny was seen at and clearly working in, I'm beginning to wonder if Wade is trying to protect his younger brother. What's up, Clarice? Just because Lorenzo foolishly has you living here doesn't mean you have any right to approach me. Most of all, you shouldn't be comfortable living in this house. That's too bad, cause I'm getting quite comfortable living here, actually. You won't be staying here forever, Vivian. Why is that? Having you here, being able to spend this time with you, Isabel, it's been so wonderful. Because I'm helping you deal with the fact that Vivian is in charge of Russo Jewelers? Guilty. Is that the only reason you're sleeping with me, Essador? Just so you could get your frustrations out? Not at all. I wouldn't be investing in this room if I didn't love you, Isabel. Most of all, I want you in my life while Vivian is CEO and after she's no longer in that position. If you go through this termination, there is no going back, baby. Maybe there's a chance you might be okay with your decision, but there's also a very strong chance that you will constantly be reminded of the fact that you got rid of your baby and that nothing you can do will ever bring them back because life is irreplaceable. I'm pleading with you, Yvette. Think this through because whatever you decide will affect you for the rest of your life. Are you ready to go, Yvette? I'm not sure. I don't think I'm ready, Mom. That would make perfect sense. Wade protecting Sean would mean protecting the entire Opina organization. Yes, but if it's true that Sean hired Brandon to take my life, then it shows that Sean is reckless and sloppy, which means that Commissioner Pierce had a point when he told us that Sean might be more dangerous than we thought. And now I'm beginning to wonder if Sean was the one who took Danny's life. The only reason you're here is because this is a result of Lorenzo's failed attempt at trying to make up for lost time. And do you want to remind me exactly why Lorenzo lost out on time with me, Clarice? On top of that, your sons still live here and never even moved out when they had their own families. Yes, Vivian, my sons. The sons Lorenzo and I share together are always welcome here. Just cause I ain't your daughter, don't make me any less Lorenzo's, Clarice. You literally had over 20 years to get used to the fact that the little baby Lorenzo had could eventually come back to haunt you. Does this mean you're already scheming to kick Vivian out as CEO of Russo Jewelers? That's nothing you have to worry about. You're not going to tell your son what I'm up to, right? Pacho shouldn't have been scheming with Vivian to begin with, Essador. Glad we're both on the same page. Now I have another question. Are you trying to get Russo Jewelers back for your family, or are you trying to acquire it for yourself? Just take a breath, baby. I don't want you to be scared. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way, okay? Are you gonna be with me in the room when I get the procedure done? I won't, but I'll be waiting for you in the waiting room. And when you get the procedure done, they can offer you anesthesia medication. That way, you won't even have to be awake during the whole thing. What about after I wake up, Mom? I'm gonna wake up knowing that I terminated my pregnancy, and that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Your father and I are gonna help you through any healing that you need. We got you. but you and Dad won't be able to bring back the baby. What if I end up regretting it? I promise you that you'll find yourself asking the same thing if you go through with this pregnancy. That's what I thought at first. That was until I looked at videos of the procedure. Yvette, why did you do something like that? I needed to know everything that would be done to me and what would be done to what's inside of me, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Mom. But I don't think I can go through with this. I don't think I can put my baby through that. Try not to get ahead of yourself, Quinlan. That parlor has a lot of sick clients who could have taken Danny out of there and ended her life. Think about it, Ben. We never heard of a number of deceased women who were found naked in a suitcase on the side of the road, or found all over the south side. Danny was 14. She was a minor. It's clear that whoever hurt her was a sick, demented monster, which makes me wonder if Danny was the only minor being forced to work at this parlor. Is that why you agreed to stay here, Vivian? To make me miserable in the latter days of my life? That depends on your attitude. What on earth are you talking about? You need to accept that I'll be staying here for the foreseeable future. You also gotta accept that the world will see me as the face of the Russo dynasty for as long as I live. Enjoy this season, you spawn. Because one day the whole world will soon see you as the evil parasite that you are. Whatever. Besides, what you gonna do? Leave my grandmother alone. I honestly don't see the difference, Isabel. Are you serious? Knowing your family, especially your brother Gianni, they would be upset if Vivian is no longer CEO, all for you to take her place. What do you think I should do then? Hand the company back to my father? It's only fair, Isidore. That way Lorenzo can choose who should take over Russo Jewelers like he initially planned. I might as well let Vivian lead the company then, because she somehow found a way to become my dad's golden child. There's no need for you to freak out. Remember, it's a fetus, not a baby. Its heart is already beating, Mom. A heart that's not mine. It's a heart that wasn't even there until I got pregnant. I'm not pregnant with a cat or a goat. What's inside of you? It's not conscious. It hasn't experienced life like you and I have. Baby, there's no shame in terminating the pregnancy. What matters most is that your father and I will always love you. Will you two love me any less if I decide to keep my baby? Would you two help me learn how to be a mom? A good mom? You shouldn't even have to ask that. But you shouldn't have to become a mother either, baby. Motherhood requires so much. I don't want you to have to endure the struggle of that at your age. But you just told me that you and Dad would support me no matter what I decide. Mom, I want you to cancel the flight and the appointment. I'm gonna keep my baby. Are you sure? Because once I make that call, there's no going back, Yvette. I'm positive. If you and Dad can help me figure this all out, then I'll go through with this pregnancy and raise this baby. All right, okay, I'll cancel the flight. We can cancel the appointment. It's your choice, and I'll respect it. Most of all, I'll do everything I can to help you every single step of the way. Can you at least let me know what made you change your mind when you were so adamant on terminating the pregnancy? I went to Ulysses' grave and I ran into Mrs. Dorval. Mrs. Dorval? What does she have to do with this? I started to ask her about how it's like being pregnant and what it's like to give birth. She knew something was up and I told her. You didn't have to do that, Yvette. I know, but she really seemed like she wanted to listen. When I told her that I was going to terminate the pregnancy, she really encouraged me to think it through and... She did what? Please don't get mad at her, Mom. She really made some good points and... Mom! It's possible that Danny was the only minor at the parlor. We know that she was desperate for cash, and since Sean was the one in charge of the parlor, it's fair to say that he's the one who groomed her. And if Commissioner Pierce is right by saying how Sean doesn't like being pushed around by Wade, it makes me wonder if Wade even knew that Danny was working at the parlor to begin with. Don't come at me, nephew. Your grandma came to me. Liar. First off, don't call me nephew. That's what you are. Second, I'm more prone to believe my grandmother since you made a fool out of me and the entire family. It wasn't personal, Alan. How stupid do you think I am, Vivian? You encouraged me to try and prove my whole family wrong and stabbed me in the back. You're mad at me when your grandma here ain't even think you could run the family company? Okay, Alan. Don't let that bastard get inside your head. All you need to do is focus on defeating her. Lorenzo is still in shock that Vivian is his daughter and that he didn't know she existed for all those years. Yet he can't grapple with the fact that she schemed her way to the top, and you tried to scheme with her, Isidore, because she made me believe that my father's mental health was declining. I would have never lied like that, Isabel. Most of all, Vivian never once had a claim to Russell Jewelers. She should not be in the position she's in right now. I'm really glad to see that JJ is excited about having a little brother. And are you sure that you're not disappointed that I won't be having a little girl for you to adore, Vanessa? No, Mom. I'm not disappointed. It will be fun bossing around 2 boys. Wanda, what happened? What's wrong? Is it Yvette? How dare you have the gall and audacity to tell my child what she should do about her future? What is wrong with you? My mom is pregnant. So is Yvette. What? Because of your mother, my daughter is going to be a teen mom. A statistic. Vanessa, let Mrs. Michaud and I have some space to speak. I'm not leaving you alone with her. Vanessa, moi te dis, allez. If you touch my mom again, moi pas jouer avec vous. Allez non. Did you only come here to slap me, Wanda? Or are you and I gonna have a civil conversation?